All right, hello everyone. I told you that I would start doing a TikTok in the morning as well as TikToks in the evenings, right? And that TikToks in the mornings would just be my random thoughts politically, culturally, what's going on in the news, etc. Whereas my evening TikToks will be the more focused TikToks that I normally do that go in depth. So this is the first iteration of that, right? These won't be hashtagged or anything like that. If it finds you, it finds you. And what's on my mind this morning is I'm thinking about the Trump experience at Coachella and how he got his supporters out there. People who gave Trump their last dime, bought Trump Bibles, right? Bought the Make America Great Again hats, bought the Trump coins, whatever it is he was peddling, right? And they couldn't even provide water for these people, right? There is a video of a gentleman who's on the ground. I'm not quite sure if he passed out or not, but people were calling for a medic. No one there to assist. At the end of the event, all of these people were stranded. And I really want folks, and hopefully this reaches the right people, I really want us to think about like buses as metaphor. He did what it took to get his base to commit. But when he really needed to show up, when resources really needed to be in place to sustain their lives, he let those folks be at risk. The campaign thought enough to hold the event on private land, but did not think enough to make sure abundant water was available in the California desert of all places. Did not make sure that resources were paid for and knew that ahead of time. By the way, they had to because transportation went away, right? And where their vehicles were parked was over a 2-hour walk away. So you have these people that are all over social media that's like, hey, we're stranded out here. There's no buses to get us back. And they're like, the mayor of Coachella needs to do something about this. No, baby, that's not on the mayor of Coachella. That's on the person you went to go see in his campaign that has raised millions of dollars. It is up to them to take care of that particular situation and to get you back. And I really want us to think about that moment as metaphor, as what it means when he gets on the trail and he says that, oh, I'm eliminating taxes on overtime pay. But when you get down into the policy, that is because overtime pay itself will be eliminated. I did a TikTok about that you can see here. Right? Also, what it means for Trump to get on the campaign trail and say, school choice, I'm going to advocate education savings account along with the Heritage Foundation, and how that will leave children by the droves stranded, right? I did a TikTok about that. You can see that here. And also, even down to when he told the people at January 6th, and I'm going to be at the Capitol with you. And he never showed up. And those people went to prison, right? I mean, even when it comes down to Tina Peters, I believe her name is, in Colorado, went down to Mar-a-Lago, shook Trump's hand, and in exchange for her being able to shake his hand and say, I did this for you in Colorado, she got 9 years in prison for playing around. Trump didn't even bother showing up to the trial. His high-level personnel didn't even bother showing up to the trial to be there to support her. This is the evidence. This is the evidence. The writing on the wall has to be read. So even in these moments, right, even when we think about like this wall that Mexico was going to pay for, and the wall isn't even complete. Mexico didn't even pay for it, right? Like that was United States taxpayers. So the inability to even meet the moment and fulfill that which he said that he was going to do is something that needs to be paid attention to. And so what does it mean that when you advertise something and you don't step up to meet that moment? What does it mean when you have these thousands of people, who is definitely not 100,000, show up, you don't have life-sustaining resources in place for them, and then when it's time for everybody to get back home, you say, you can walk over 2 hours. You have elderly folks out there, right? There is no empathy for the human condition and the resources that are needed to sustain the life. It became all about him, because what he was sure to do was to put that camera in the sky and get his photo ops, his moments in. That's something to think about and to think about closely. So as, certain folks, and hopefully this finds the right people, as certain folks get hyped up in the moment, think about how the policy will show up in your life and what this moment means as a type of metaphor in looking at the track record. All right? Talk to y'all later. Peace.